pleasant Thursday morning, everyone. We are proudly welcoming everyone to the launching of the Comelec Reports 2021. To begin our program, I please invite everyone to stand for the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, to be followed by the recital of an invocation.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering us all today in this important endeavor. We ask that you bestow your guidance and blessing upon each attendee. May we honor one another by keeping an open mind. May we voice our truth and listen with an open heart. Bless everyone present today, that each may be able to share his or her contributions and gifts. Grant good health and safety to loved ones left outside this room, and bestow peace and goodwill to all of us. We ask for your wisdom and grace to use our talents for the betterment of others. May the various activities related to this day be a success through your intervention. With gratitude, we offer this prayer in your name. Amen.
Before anything else, I would like to acknowledge, of course, the presence of our very own chairman, Chairman George Erwin M. Garcia. We also have with us the Commissioner in charge for Comelec Reports, Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr. I'd also like to acknowledge the Legal Editorial Board of the Comelec Reports with Editor-in-Chief Attorney Abigail Justin M. Cuares Maninagan, Managing Editor Attorney Calvin V. Octa, Assistant Managing Editor Attorney Cesar P. Antila, Associate Editors, Law Department Legal Editors, ECAD Legal Editors, OCOC Legal Editors, Office of Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand Maceda Jr., editorial staff, technical group, layout and design, and of course, our friends from the media. The Comelec Reports is a legal compendium of significant resolutions of the Commission on Bank and the Commission First and Second Division in the pivotal year of 2021. But this book would not have been possible, of course, if not for the dedication and hard work of the Legal Editorial Board, and of course, without the strategic approach and the strong leadership of the Commissioner in charge. So at this moment, to give us his welcome remarks, let us please give a warm round of applause to Commissioner in charge for Comelec Reports, Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr.
Thank you. Please change that photograph next time. Morning, everyone. Good morning, Chairman Garcia. Morning, guests, all those who are involved in the production of this great production. When I was handed the responsibility in 2023 of shepherding the Comelec reboot, I applied myself, number one, to the organization of the editorial board, which was made easy by the reactivation of the men and women who were worked on it in the past, in the last iteration being 2013. And also to the actual work of producing a publication-worthy output. There were bonuses that were immediately apparent, not the least of which was the pedagogical value of the exercise. Being an educator, the chairman is an educator. We were happy with the prospect of providing our Comelec lawyers with an enabling environment for the development of research, writing, and editing skills. As a rule, you will find elevated levels of meticulosity, intellectual curiosity, self-discipline, mastery, and integrity fostered by the high commitment and application of self which is required when you generate a work such as this. I understood that the process of preparing the copy would be its own reward. Yet I knew that the greater prize would be at the end, seeing the soft copy finalized and the final copy printed in hard and soft bound cover in hand. So here we are at the end with book in hand. This reward was supposed to come with an even bigger and unexpected bonus because we were to have no less than Chief Justice Renato S. Puno as our special guest at this launching, but unfortunately he had to beg off. When we speak of elections, we always hear the phrase the bedrock of democracy because elections are the channels through which our people participate in the system of self-governance that we chose as a nation. But it cannot function without law. And law, in turn, requires an environment where the rule of law is the thriving norm. Law makes elections come alive as they, number one, they structure our decision-making exercise. Number two, they protect its integrity. And number three, they ensure that the rules of fair play and genuine reflection of choices are enforceable against participants who are theoretically equal in political power, though they may be uneven in economic standing. So the importance of law and its effectivity are only appreciated when they are accessible and are easily understood. And this is what Comelec Reports seeks to achieve. So I am proud to be launching this 2025, the Comelec Reports 2021, with the entire commission and its hardworking legal editorial board composed of members from the Law Department, the Office of the Clerk of the Commission, the Commission Secretary, the Election Contest and Adjudication Department, the Education and Information Department, and the Office of Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr. After a hiatus of 12 years, like Lazarus and the Phoenix, the Comelec Reports is back and better. The zombie, huh? Comelec Reports serves three values necessary in the rule of law that undergirds fair and free elections. They bring, number one, clarity. They bring, number two, consistency. And number three, a sense of the protection of values that animate our electoral system. In terms of clarity, they restate election law in a manner that distills their rules and their rationale. The reports analyze the relationship of the rules and serves as much needed guidance in their compliance. They also have an explanatory function that helps the people and electoral participants, both candidates and voters alike, in understanding why we have these rules. Number two is consistency. Consistency is brought by the reports when they harmonize the presentation of the rules and present them as a network that serves certain values. They also point out gaps that signal to the courts some issues that need to be addressed to ensure stability in our system. And when rules are inconsistent, the Comelec must lead in the effort to harmonize them. And the first step is to report these inconsistencies so that within our quasi-legislative mandate, we can correct them. But we can speak to other constitutional organs, so we work hand in hand in making our democratic system work seamlessly. The reports will also highlight some trends that track our pivot towards more efficient and effective technologies in the performance of our work. And lastly, the reports center the values that we should protect. Number one, integrity and secrecy of the ballot. Number two, accurate counting and reflection of votes. And number three, fair and easy to follow processes that enfranchise everybody. When the rules and processes serve these values, we become stronger, and our electorate appreciate the value of the systems that facilitate our governance. Comelec reports surface the importance of the mandate of the Comelec. Due process is served when people can access the law. Access to law means access to justice. I am happy to present the Comelec reports to our stakeholders, each and every Filipino here and abroad. Let us remain critical and vigilant in ensuring the protection of our elections and our system of governance. And we begin always by knowing the rules of the game. Comelec Reports does that for us. Magandang umaga po. Maraming salamat at mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you, Colin, for that profound message. I think it's very clear that this report holds great significance for the future of the Commission and the democratic processes that we hold dear. Now, at this point, let us learn more about the Comelec reports. Please direct your attention to the LED screen for a short audio-visual presentation.
Philippine election law, the Commission on Elections is reviving its in-house publication, the Comelec Reports. 12 years after the last edition of Comelec Reports, the Commission on Bank, under the leadership of Chairman George Erwin M. Garcia, with Honorable Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr., Commissioner in charge of Comelec Reports, and the legal editorial board headed by the Editor-in-Chief, Attorney Abigail Justine Quaresma Lilagan, we are proud to present the Comelec Reports 2021. Comelec Reports 2021 is a compilation of cases and resolutions promulgated by the Commission. Inside the third installment of this Comelec Reports are election topics arranged alphabetically and subdivided into component subjects such as campaign and partisan political activities, cancellation or denial to give due course of certificate of candidacy, citizenship and the power of the Commission to make a factual determination, domicile versus residence in election law, election offenses in the Commission's jurisdiction, election protest, nuisance candidate, overspending and misdeclaration in the statement of contribution and expenditure, the party list system, second placer rule, transfer of civil service employees, voter registration, term limits, and vote buying. The quick guide also features frequently cited laws and resolutions by this Commission, including the Philippine Constitution, the Omnibus Election Code, rules of procedure in election contests, rules and regulations governing campaign finance and disclosure, implementing rules and regulations of the Fair Elections Act, Comelec Rules of Procedure, Administrative Code of 1987, Local Government Code, Ombudsman Rules of Procedure, and the Rules of Court. Comelec Reports 2021 aims to serve as the North Star to steer election lawyers, legal practitioners, students, electoral officials, candidates, voters, and lovers of inquiry toward judicial decisions that have legal value as precedent. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Comelec Reports 2021.
We will also be flashing on screen right now a QR code where you could access the full text of all the resolutions that are compiled in the Comelec Reports 2021. Once again, we will be flashing a QR code where you can access the full text of the resolutions that are compiled in the 2021 Comelec Reports. We are now very excited to formally launch the 2021 Comelec Reports. We will now proceed to the ceremonial signing and presentation of the report. At this point, may we respectfully invite Chairman George Erwin M. Garcia and Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr. to occupy the seats and a table that we are setting up in front. We'd also like to invite Attorney Abigail Justin M. Quaresma Lilagan, Editor-in-Chief of Comelec Reports 2021, to hand the Comelec Reports to Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr. Can we give a round of applause as the Editor-in-Chief hands over the Comelec report to Chairman and to Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr. Both Commissioner Maceda and Chairman Garcia will be signing the book as part of this ceremony. Once again, can you give a round of applause, please? We have now finished the signing of the Comelec Reports 2021. Now, the Honorable Chairman will be handing over a copy of the book to a representative of the media. I respectfully call Ms. Sandra Aguinaldo to receive, on behalf of the media, a copy of Comelec Reports 2021. Once again, Ms. Sandra Aguinaldo is just a representative of our media partners. A testament that the Commission is very transparent with our stakeholders as well as our friends from the media. Thank you very much, Ms. Sandra Aguinaldo, for receiving a copy of the Comelec reports on behalf of the media. Now at this point, Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr. will also hand a copy to the Law Department, to the Office of the Clerk of the Commission, to the Directorate Contest Adjudication Department, Commission Secretary, Education Information Department, and to the Office of Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr. We respectfully invite the heads of the said departments and offices to please come in front to receive copies of the Comelec Reports 2021. For the Law Department, we respectfully invite Director Siti Maimona Aziza GL Tawagon. For the Office of the Clerk of the Commission, we respectfully invite Director Genesis Catdula. For ECAD, we respectfully request Director Fritzi Caigoy. For the Commission Secretary, may respectfully invite Secretary Consuelo Bidiola. For EIT, may respectfully invite Director Sugar. And for Commissioner Maceda will now be handing copies of Comelec Reports 2021 first to a Commission Secretary. These copies are being handed to departments or offices that are part of the Legal Editorial Board of the Comelec Reports 2021. Now to hand a copy to the Law Department. Next, handing a copy to the Office of the Clerk of the Commission, who is also part of the Legal Editorial Board of Comelec Reports 2021. And now a copy to the Electoral Contest Adjudication Department, also part of the Legal Editorial Board of Comelec Reports 2021. And now to the Education Information Department. And finally, to the Office of Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand P. Maceda Jr., may please invite the lawyers from the Office of Commissioner Maceda. And we once again give a round of applause to all members of the Legal Editorial Board who took part in the publication of the Comelec Reports 2021. As a final photo opportunity, may once again request the Legal Editorial Board, everyone comprising the Legal Editorial Board, to please come in front to take a photo with Commissioner Maceda and Chairman Garcia. May I please invite Of course, I'd also like to give a copy of Comelec Reports to our Comelec library. To our Comelec librarian, once again, this is a copy being handed to the Commission on Elections library through the Comelec librarian. Thank you very much, ma'am. Once again, may we invite all members of the Legal Editorial Board to take a picture with the Commissioner and Chairman. Once again, thank you to the Legal Editorial Board, and we will be looking forward to the next publication of the Comelec reports. Of course, this day cannot end without hearing a word from our very own chairperson. So everyone, let us please give a warm round of applause for a message to Chairman George Erwin M. Garcia.
Magandang umaga, maraming salamat. Maraming salamat kay Commissioner Ernesto Ferdinand Maceda, ang Commissioner in charge nitong Comelec Reports project natin, sa editorial board, sa inyong lahat. Alam ko na sobrang hirap sapagkat pinakamahirap yung mag-collate ng lahat ng mga decisions mula 2021 onwards. At the same time, including all the resolutions of the Commission, very important resolutions on each and every subject matter. Kahapon, nung bisita ko ang ambassador ng Japan sa Pilipinas, sabi niya, your electoral management body is unique as compared to other electoral bodies abroad. Ang sabi niya, ang reason is because sa abroad, kahit sa kanila, yung electoral body nila, ang role lang is to conduct the election, to hold plebiscites, referendum, initiatives, recall, whatever. In your case, sabi niya, your electoral body actually performs several functions. In fact, you are not only implementing election law and conducting the election, you are likewise adjudicating controversies involving the conduct of the election. Sa kanila kasi isa lang. And truly, sabi nga ng Korte Suprema natin sa pinaka-latest decision ng Duterte Youth versus the Commission on Elections, sabi niya, dalawa talaga ang role na ginagampanan ng Comelec. One is administrative and the other one is quasi-judicial. Administrative in the sense that we, under Article 9C, Section 2, the Commission on Election is there to enforce and administer election laws. And of course, yung pangalawang kapangyarihan niya is the quasi-judicial function of the Commission on Election. We resolve cases. Dapat maintindihan po ng lahat. Yung lahat ng mga kaso prior to the conduct of the election pertaining to candidacies, pertaining to the candidates, pertaining to everything about the election, ang Commission on Election lang ang may absolute and sole jurisdiction. Before you can even go to the Supreme Court, you have to pass through the Commission on Election. That should be fully understood by everyone. In fact, even the conduct of the election, all controversies pertaining to the conduct of the election, sa Comelec yan. Magkakaroon lang ng distinction and jurisdiction after the conduct of an election. Especially if you are to file cases of election protest or co-warranto, dyan tayo may distinction. Dyan tayo magkakaroon ng problema. But as far as municipal, provincial, and or city and provincial and regional contest, it will always be a commission that shall have sole and exclusive jurisdiction. Bilang isang practitioner ng 2 dekada, napakahirap nang wala kang basis lagi kung paano mo i-approach yung isang kaso. Lalo pa kung napaka-limited lang ang pwede mong reference material. You will have to make a research. There's a lot of decision of the Supreme Court pertaining to election cases. Kaya lang doon sa Comelec per se, konting-konti lang, wala halos. Minsan magkakaiba pa yung nagiging ruling before. Iba ang ruling ng First Division, iba ang ruling ng Second Division, pagkatapos minsan nag-iiba rin ang ruling ng Commission and Bank. So napakahirap. Ang una mong titingnan, kanino ka ba a-appear na division? Sino yung mga miyembro ng division? Tapos dapat i-research mo, paano ba siya nagdesisyon sa ganitong klaseng kaso o ganitong klaseng issue o ganitong klaseng subject matter. Kasi doon mo malalaman kung ano ang leaning ng miyembro ng division na yan at kung paano siya magdidesisyon dito sa particular issue mo, sa particular case mo. Wala. Wala halos. You cannot even use the 2013 because syempre nagbabago ang composition ng commission. Ang pinakadapat dyan, yung pinaka-latest. E paano kung wala? Mahirap naman basta kakukuha sa clerk of the commission or sa ECAD ng reference materials. Kasi kung hindi ka naman party to that particular case. Yun ang dahilan kung bakit importante ang Comelec report. Because it is a compilation of the thoughts of the writings of the members of the commission. Diyan niyo po makikita na pinag-iisipang mabuti bago ginagawa ang isang kaso. Yung hindi basta sinabi lang, basta lang makapag-come up with a decision, diyan niyo po makikita na hindi ganun kadali ang pine-perform na function and duty ng each and every member of the commission. We may not always be unanimous. There will always be differences, especially when you are in a collegial body such as the Comelec. But the most important thing is the majority always wins, but the minority is not always wrong. That, I think, is the principle of a democratic system of government such as ours. Kinakailangan mayroong majority, pero hindi dapat mabaliwala ang minority. Ganyan din dito sa amin sa Comelec. We may not always agree with one another when it comes to the disposition of cases, but in the final analysis, cases must be dispensed with at all costs. Diyan niyo po makikita yan. Ito ang historic document. And several years from now, titingnan, babalikan. Buti pinursige ng Comelec, ang Comelec report. At sana nga, itong susunod na taon, mayroon na naman tayong Comelec reports for 2022 onwards. Sa atin pong nilatag na 56-point agenda ng present leadership, konting-konti na lang yung sa 56 na yan ang hindi pa nako-comply. Kasama po ang Comelec reports sa isa sa mga agenda doon sa nilatag natin. Ang kulang na lang sa akin ni Commissioner Maceda ay ang Comelec Academy. Kasi kinakailangan magkaroon kami ng Comelec Academy kasi baliwala lahat yung mga nakalagay na yan sa Comelec reports kung hindi na pag-aaralan ng mga tauhan namin, ng mga involved sa election management. Kinakailangan alam nila, ma-assimilate nila, and that can only be done if they are going to have advanced studies when it comes to election law. Yung Comelec Academy, this is our promise and commitment, Commissioner Maceda. It will be set up and put up before our term will end. Hindi naman ganun kadali kasi may infrastructure. But again, malaking bagay po na meron tayong Comelec reports na mapagmamalaki. Yung mga lawyers ngayon, you can look into each and every decision. You can look into how a member of the commission had decided a particular case. Ano ba ang nasa isip niya? Bakit kaya? Ano ang kaibahan ng kaso mo doon sa kaso na pine-present sa Comelec reports? Because not all cases are similar factually and legally. So sa isang practitioner po before, napakalaking tulong ng Comelec report. And in fact, kaya kanina pinakitang QR code, that's for free. Hindi nyo makikita to sa mga bookstore na ibinebenta. That's for free. We are going to, it will be made available in almost all the libraries of Congress, of the Senate and the House, of the Palace of Malacanang. We will make this document, a piece of document available for everyone to see. Hindi para parangalan ng mga membro ng komisyon, para ipakita na sa lahat that we exercise due process in this commission under the rule of law. Magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Thank you very much, Chairman George Erwin M. Garcia. As mentioned by the Chair, the role of the Commission extends far beyond the conduct of the elections. Comelec is an institution tasked with adjudicating and safeguarding the integrity of the electoral system, ensuring fairness, transparency, and the full protection of the rights of the Filipinos. As we end, may I please invite everyone to stand up for the singing of the Commission on Elections hymn.
Ang ating magandang litinin, Comelec Live pa natin.
Para kay Kimbo.
Wait lang ko yan.
Once again, we thank everyone for participating. Kindly stay for an early lunch.